So we're into April and there's now only 5 weeks left for anyone who hasn't put their entry in yet that is considering doing the walk this year. 1,226 people have already entered, so it's a good amount at the moment. There's usually a surge of entries towards the end anyway, so it's going to be a good field this year. With Shelley, the training has come on. She's got probably 2.5 months now of training to do. She's missed the 3 or 4 weeks through the illness and so forth, but she is back on training. However, previously where she's done a couple of 1-hour walks in the week and one longer one towards the weekend, we decided that she needed to ramp up her mileage. To do that, what she's done is she's actually limited her walks to 2 walks a week these past 2 weeks, but they've been on consecutive days and also both bigger mileages. The first week that she did it, she did just over 8.5 miles and a 13 mile. And then this last week, she's done 2 13-mile walks back to back. And the idea with that is that when you're doing, say, a long walk of 26 miles, clearly it's going to take you, say, 6.5 hours or 7 hours, whatever. Not everyone has the time available to do such big mileages every week. But what you can do, and what Shelley is now doing, is doing 2 13-mile walks on consecutive days, so she doesn't get the full effect of having walked 26 miles, but she does have the second day where she is walking on tired legs, and that will give her some indication and a sense of what it's like to walk longer distances. Because normally what people would perhaps tend to do is they do a walk and then rest for a day or two to allow the body to recover, for the muscles to settle and become stronger. That's sort of a normal practice. You stress the body, allow it to rest and recover, and then the body adapts so it becomes stronger. But by doing the 2 walks back to back, effectively she's done the walk, not quite the biggest walk, but a similar effect from doing it back to back.
Over the past couple of weeks, I've added back-to-back training walks into my schedule, and I've found both physical and mental benefits from it. Physically, I've been able to increase my mileage, which is great, but where I've found the most benefit is actually from the mental point of view. And the reason I say that is because I don't have the confidence of having completed 85 miles before. So I have no idea what it feels like when I get further into the Parish Walk, when I've got achy legs, achy back, achy arms, I feel the fatigue. I just don't have that experience behind me. So the back-to-back training walks have almost, in a small way, replicated that sort of feeling. When I get out and about on the second day, I'm doing so on tired, achy legs, my feet are a little bit tender, and mentally I really have to push myself to get out and about and complete the full training walk. So yes, it has been great from a mental point of view, and certainly once you've got that foundation, that base foundation of your training, I would recommend that you at least give it a try, because like I say, I've seen the benefits both physically and mentally, and I will continue for the remainder of the 10 weeks to do the back-to-back training on some sort of a level. During the second training walk, I've also been able to add different elements in to help push me through it, which hopefully I can introduce on the actual race day to help get me through the 85 miles. And one of the things is breaking down the course. So when I'm doing my 13-mile walk, I'll break it down into 3 sections of approximately 4 miles, and it does make it mentally that little bit easier to do, because then I know I can do 4 miles, so I just have to do 3 lots of the 4 miles, and before I know it, the full 13 miles has been completed and I'm back home after the training walk. So yes, it is something I would recommend. It's not for everybody, but for me, I think the benefits both physically and mentally are well worth it.
And that's always been one of my favourite ways to train, is to do it as efficiently as possible. I mentioned in one of my previous videos, the very first year that I attempted the walk seriously in 2012, I did it with my friend, and what we done is we did 700 miles training for that first proper attempt. Well, that's quite a lot of mileage to prepare for the walk, and clearly with Shelley this year, she doesn't have anywhere near the amount of time available to dedicate to do 700 miles. Not that I wanted to do that, because as I found, just doing big mileages in terms of the training isn't necessarily the most efficient way to prepare for the race. In subsequent years, I knocked down the amount of training I actually did, and sub 250 miles, I ended up doing 2 of the fastest times that I've done in the 5 finishes that I have. So for Shelley, I want her to do the training as efficiently as possible and as comfortably as possible. So the idea is that she's gradually built up the mileages, and now she's going to continue to do the back-to-back walks and gradually increase the longest walk even further. So this coming week, she's going to be doing a 19-mile walk. It won't be a back-to-back. She will do 1 or 2 walks this week, which will be 2-hour walks twice prior to the big walk, and then she'll do a 19-mile. And then, unfortunately, the following week, for a couple of weeks, she's on holiday, so there won't be any real training. When she comes back from holiday, however, she'll regroup and start over again at these higher mileages, the 13, maybe 15 and 19, because the time is slowly ticking by. Anyways, this week, as I say, has been the second time she's done 2 walks back to back, and these 2 13-mile walks that she's done, the weather conditions weren't very good, particularly the first day. There was very strong winds, gale force winds, which will have impacted her pace, to say the least. However, she still managed a very respectable 3 hours and 2 minutes, I think it was, that first day. Then on the second day, when she did the other 13 miles on the tired legs. As I say, she only did it, I think, 3 minutes slower, which relates to about 15 seconds per mile pace slower. So you can see she's done it on tired legs. The pace per mile is just slightly slower, but she will have the benefit now of having done the walk tired, and still after the 13 miles she will be feeling very good, very fit and confident that her training is progressing. So that's the update for now. As I say, looking forward to this coming week. She's going to be doing two-hour walks and one 19-mile walk. And I think you can see, if you've watched a number of the previous videos, how she has progressed from that first time she did a supposed long walk of 9 miles where she struggled somewhat, and now she's doing 2 13s back to back without any real problems. So bit by bit she's getting there, and the idea is that she will get to the start line June the 23rd fit and healthy, feeling strong and confident and injury free. That's the primary goal, to get on the line fit and healthy, injury free and confident, with a strong mindset that she will complete the full 85-mile distance. So that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.